Hey everybody, it's Ryan here. Kaz is off on holiday in Ballybuffet or Bruges or somewhere, so it's your boy Ryan here. We're going to talk about ancient games all day long. It's time for Indie Thursday. Turns out that the people that made all the ancient board games are all dead and they don't have Kickstarters. So, we're going to talk about Sword Loser. Now Sam, we both like playing with swords.
Yes.
So, what can you tell us about it?
Well, Sword Loser, this Kickstarter is actually 2 games.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's Sword Loser and Tool User.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we've had some fun getting those two mixed up in the past. But yeah, they're small, easy games. The rules are about 12 pages long, if that,
Phenomenal.
Including the cover.
Excellent, I hate reading.
So yeah, they're drawing and storytelling games.
Cool.
So, for example, in Sword Loser, you're telling stories about this great sword wielder. He is incredible at his use of the sword. Unfortunately, like me, he has the tendency to forget and lose things all over the place.
Like your keys.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah. Your lunch.
Shut up! Yeah, everything else. I'm not even wearing pants under here, I forgot them this morning. But yeah, so the idea is that you go around the table, taking it in turns to speak. When you're not speaking, you'll be drawing a sword, a magnificent magical sword. And if you remember, if you were a fantasy geek in high school or primary school like me, you probably made up some fantasy swords in the past. So this taps into that. And you draw that sword, and then when it's your turn, you have to tell an anecdote about that sword and about how the hero used it, broke it, lost it, whatever misadventures they might have had.
That's pretty cool. I quite like how it's supposed to be about 20 minutes long, so it's quite a short one. And
Yeah.
I like games that are almost filler in between those big 2-3 hour ones. So I like stuff like Coup, which are 15 minutes, a little bit of a bluffing game. How do you think this fits into, say, a storytelling game night? So something before your RPG session, even between something we covered Icarus a couple of weeks ago, or Before There Were Stars is a wonderful, beautiful storytelling board game. Where do you think this fits in there?
This is definitely a good warm-up one, although I saw a lot of the reviews on the Kickstarter saying people go, I was playing this for over an hour and stuff like that. So people get really invested in the stories they're telling. And of course, Tool User is pretty much the same thing, only instead of telling stories about a sword user losing their ability, you're making losing their ability? You're losing their sword. You're making up cool fantasy-style tools that this goblin has created and what they're used for.
Go Gadget Copter?
Exactly.
Perfect.
But of course, it doesn't have to be limited to drawing. If you want to try and challenge yourself with any other creative means, I mean, here's one I prepared earlier.
Fantastic.
There, that's my sword for this.
All right, well, avast ye, you scurvy dog. Shall we go?
Bring it!
So for our next segment, we've actually been sent something from Kathy from Crow Scratches. Dice Tower and Dice Jail, and actually a little personalised thing for OTT. So, Jerry, what do you think of this Dice Jail?
Dice Jail's interesting. It's a little 3D printed doohickey that you can incarcerate errant dice in.
Yeah.
However, with the way my dice roll goes, they would all soon end up inside this thing.
Yeah.
It's nice because you can, obviously it's hinged, you can carry your dice with you, you can have it sitting on a table. Depending on what you're playing, it may look less out of place than just having a big wooden box there, because it sort of integrates with the scenery. It's a cute little thing that you can do.
I quite like the idea if it rests open, then permanently open, then people can just ping their dice from across the table. Just this one sucks. That one's a 1.
You failed me for the last time. Yeah, at that point. At that point, all bets are off. Just a little target would be nice in there.
Oh yeah,
that's just something to aim for.
Cool, yeah.
But yeah,
that's cool. She's also sent us a lovely dice tower.
Yes,
as well.
Other way around. It falls down quite nicely.
Ooh, I've got it upside down.
Yes, you do.
Guess who hasn't used a dice tower before?
Well, we'll not hold you against it. The nice thing about these are there's different ranges of dice towers available, from a very basic birch kit for like $15 up to very bespoke, expensive ones called like treasure towers, which are a choice of wood, a choice of felt lining, a choice of various types of intricate carving. And the carving, I don't know if it's, it might be carved, might be laser cut, but the designs are absolutely gorgeous across these. You can even have on the top of the range ones, they can be like gilded.
Yeah.
To give it a really, really nice look. So if things like this, if you're keen on them, you can go as big or as small as you want with them, and they do look absolutely gorgeous when they're done. And being able to have something go, oh, here's my Viking Saga dice tower, and actually go, I'd like that not work with that scroll work. I like that design with the big raven on it. Can't get more Viking than that.
So I was just talking to Coco beforehand. The idea of being able to inlay it with felt to make it just a little bit softer and not as loud would be quite nice.
Yeah, and again, you've got a range of felts and colours there, so you can colour match and swatch everything. Go, I would like the most bespoke dice tower in all. I want the finest of dice tower immediately, and then anybody who feels coming out of that goes straight into dice jail.
Indeed, and we've also got a little personalised card holder and dice holder for OTT, so there's some personalised work can be done as well if you have any insignia.
There's an awful lot of little bits and bobs on the site. It's not just dice based, because there is the card carriers. There's also effects tokens for card games or war games or that type of thing. So acrylic cut little tokens.
Fantastic.
So yeah, not there.
Excellent. We will be giving away both the Dice Jail and the Dice Tower, so if you want to be in with a chance to win, comment below and we'll be sending that out. Okay, so a little quick interlude. We don't usually talk about things that aren't games or game related, but a member of our community's daughter, Oathsworn, has made a Kickstarter for an illustrated storybook about lore and myths from the north of England. It's really cool, beautifully illustrated. She's done her research, visited museums, read a ton of books. So if you'd like to check that out, links below. Wizard Kittens. This is a card game, a semi-cooperative set collecting card game where you're essentially playing a group of kittens who have gone into the restricted section of the wizard library and set off a bunch of curses. So essentially what you're trying to do is, semi-cooperatively, you must eradicate all the 6 curses that you have unleashed on this library, but you have to do it silently and before Professor Whisper is able to catch you out of bounds, out of bed, and casting magic unrestricted. So essentially, this is great for if you have a family or kids that are just reading Harry Potter at the minute and they want to immerse themselves in that magical world, but with cats. So what I'm interested in personally is actually the objectives, which are really interesting. So you have to eradicate all the curses before Professor Whisper comes into the library and catches you. If you're able to do that, the cat that has eradicated the most curses and accumulated the most points is the winner. However, if Professor Whisper comes in before the curses are destroyed, then the cat with the least relics on the table, the least of their set collected, essentially they're the one that is performed the least magic at the time, is then they get away scot-free. So you're trying to avoid detention in that circumstance. It's an interesting way. If you think Professor Whisper is about to come out, you can just be like, I wash my hands of all this, I'm getting away. So this is one I think you should definitely check out. That's all from Indie Thursday, folks. Last week's winner has been picked, so go on over to the prize centre at OnTableTop.com to claim that. Next week, Cass should probably be back from Ballybuffet or Bruges or wherever she's at. But if she's not, look forward to more ancient board games.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming let's plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong.